Welcome to the Wilderness Podcast. We're on episode 18. Today's January 11th, 2017. I'm Dills. Over there we got Deegan.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So, quick disclaimer. So, we're going to make, I guess, the next, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Like the next handful of episodes dedicated to, yeah, let's say dedicated to raids, sort of, because those just came out. So, spoiler alert. My bad. This might be a bit of a shorter episode just because we're going to give an overview, and I don't know, it's been a fucking busy week for me. How about you?
Yeah, it's been a little retarded how much schoolwork, because, school's just started and stuff, and yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be dropping some of my classes. I think actually most people in my section are doing the same thing. Like, it's fucked up. Like, already getting projects that are like, 20 hours plus of time. And there's like 2 or 3 of them going. And it's like, well, now they're all-nighter. Like, I fucking pulled an all-nighter on Monday. Like, the first day of school, pretty much. This is stupid.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good year. You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure on a previous episode you even say it's your next semester's looking a little bit lighter.
I don't know if it's maybe. I have no idea.
I thought I remember you saying that.
Oh, I have more hours of like schooling. Like, my classes are longer, and most of them require more time, and they're harder too. Or like more time of like doing projects and shit.
True. Yeah.
And then on top of that, I have like really like study intensive classes and shit. And yeah, I don't know. It's pretty fucked up. Like, day one and like, hey guys, welcome back. We were talking about 10 minutes of our syllabus, what we're doing for the year, and here's a project, and you got to be at this point on Wednesday. You know what I mean? And it's like, well,
yeah,
what the fuck? Like, okay.
So this is basically the make it or break it semester.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna cut it up into 2 pieces, I think.
Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah.
Most people, I bet, get overwhelmed and then just drop out or fail.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have like.
Me.
A lot of people in my semesters, like, have already, or they're in the process of cutting up their classes as well.
Yeah.
Because it's this one that's super fucked. I think third semester, like, is really hard too. And then you have co-ops and stuff. Like, they cram you with, like, so much information and shit, and you have to do well, right, to get into co-ops. And it's just so your first co-op, you have a good impression, and then you learn a lot from it. And then it's not that it gets easier, it's that you're more comfortable with it, like with all the basics and stuff, and they're not super aggressive with giving you, a shit ton of studying and schoolwork to do.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
so.
you know most of it by then. It's just kind of practicing it.
Well,
yeah.
I'm glad I'm out of school, let's just say. For the most part, I do think about going back because work can get kind of brutal.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess let's move on from that. How's RuneScape for you? Did you play any? Or is that a stupid question to even ask?
I actually don't know if I played any. I don't think so. I've watched some. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm gonna go with a no if I can't remember. I don't think I
might
did
have seen
anything
you pop on, but not from much. But anyways, So I guess your week's been focusing on just school.
Yeah, I mean, I was so sick. Like, last episode.
You still sound a little bit sick, I was gonna say.
Yeah, last episode I was complaining I was sick. Like, holy shit was I, like, it was brutal. I actually thought, because, okay, usually when I get a cold that was this bad, it turns into bronchitis. I don't know why, but it always ends up turning into bronchitis. And I'm kind of like, it was like day 3 or something, and I was super fucking, like, sick. And, I'm like, holy shit, this is gonna, like, turn into bronchitis. And I, like, started trying to find, like, my health card and shit, and I realized I don't have my health card, my OHIP card.
Damn.
Just Canada's healthcare thing. I have, like, a sheet of paper. Like, I don't have the physical card, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Does this even work? I don't know. Holy fuck, what if I get bronchitis? And I, like, start getting really paranoid, like, fuck, what if I can't even go to the hospital and get, like, antibiotics for this or something? What if it turns into pneumonia? Oh, my God. I'm like, holy
I'm gonna die.
And then, what did I do? I went and bought, a bunch of random shit. I literally went to the grocery store and just bought, like, a bunch of random fruits and shit. And, like, this like, cranberry juice shit. And I just started, like, eating a fucked up cleanse. Yeah. And then,
flush out the toxins.
Yeah, I didn't smoke cigarettes for a couple days. And then
oh, damn.
I'm at like the very end of it. I'm at like the like tail end of the sickness, so it's not too bad.
Cool. That's good. Recovering.
Yeah.
Always good to hear.
Yeah, what about you though?
My week. Well, okay, quickly, let's... beginning of the week, I get a phone call from work. My girlfriend had to go to the hospital because she spilt some type of chemical in her eyes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but it did some, like, burning on her eyes. Nothing, like, no permanent damage. Nothing too serious, right?
Yeah.
So I just rushed over there. I got to play nurse for a little bit, as in she had to put these suction cup thingies over her eyes with these tubes that kind of sprayed water.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to kind of watch it, and then basically the water would leak out of her eyes and her nose and all this shit.
My god, that's awful.
So she had this like little cup that I was like kind of emptying out every now and then I was doing something and it was so the tube was taped to her face so it wasn't hanging from her eye. Do you know what I'm saying?
I guess
there's
so.
There's like an intravenous bag, and then there's a tube coming down from it that has this little cap on the end that goes over her eyeball, kind of like a suction cup thingy that sticks to windows. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so she has to keep her eyes closed, but there's a tube thingy that's still kind of sticking out, and it's just flushing water.
Yeah.
The cap isn't actually touching her eye, but it's like pretty close, and it's uncomfortable. And
yeah.
So to make it as comfortable as possible, they have the tube taped to her face, so the tube's not just dangling from her eye to the bag, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I ended up knocking that off, so it was like hanging out. She was like screaming, and I was like, shit. Nurse.
Oh, God.
But anyways.
So she's fine now, though?
Good. Yeah, she's good now. But that was pretty intense. It was a good start of 2017.
Damn.
And, but yeah, that's pretty much, I think that's only things that were exciting in terms of real life situation stuff. So moving on to RuneScape, I finally got level 70 agility because I said I was trying to get that to get my master clue. So I go do my master clue, and the next step I had to go into the wilderness, had to go to the lava dragon isle, and I had to do one of the emote clues.
Yeah,
wear 3 items. And yeah, I saw someone attacking the lava dragons. I thought nothing of it. Turns out it was a scout. Had to be. Because I walked up, killed the double agent.
Yeah.
And then I got my chest, and then I started walking, and literally there was 20 people standing there.
Jesus,
ice barrage, like a lot of people, and I was
yeah.
Oh, they had to have known I was there because they were waiting.
Yeah. So you got fucked with your clue?
So I lost everything. I didn't get,
Holy shit, that's awful.
No, I didn't get anything from the clue because I was still on. I was on step 3 or some shit.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that would be really fast clue.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to rush through it. I might not be explaining it too well, but yeah, I was on step 3. I just lost the clue. I literally didn't lose anything, so going in, I wasn't too cautious because I was thinking if I die, I'm not going to lose any items, and then I kind of remember, I'm going to lose this clue scroll that I've been grinding for a week for.
Yeah,
and I did. So yeah, that sucks. Luckily, I had a bunch of clues still left up. Went to go do a master clue, and yeah, that one wasn't too bad. I had to do a quest. That's probably it.
Not bad.
Got nothing from it. Literally, I think I got 150k loot.
Yeah, you won't really get much often from clue scrolls and stuff, sadly.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, losing out on the clue that I was working so long for.
Yeah, that would I'd be pissed if that happened. I'd be fuming.
Luckily, before agility, I was grinding out Slayer for that same clue. I had to get 83, and I made 7 mil or something while I was doing that.
Yeah, that's
so after that clue, I spent it all on construction because I said I wanted to get 90, maybe 99. That might be a little bit of an overshot, so we'll aim for 90 for now. Anyways, I spent 10 mil on 25,000 oak planks.
Yeah, are you doing larders or whatever?
Yeah, I did larders.
Nice. How's that?
Up to 74 to do the oak doors.
Yeah, the giant doors or whatever.
Yeah, so Actually not bad.
Did you
pretty
use
good.
like Demon Butler and shit?
Yeah,
and...
so I use the Demon Butler. So if you don't know, you can get a Demon Butler at level 50 construction, and he'll go to the bank for you and fetch, whatever you need pretty much. Like, you get him to get oak planks, and he gets 26, so basically a full inventory.
Yeah.
And he takes like 5 seconds to go do it. So
Yeah, so you can time it so you're essentially always making larders, and then you just talk to him quickly. Yeah.
And then every 8th time you talk, like he goes to the bank, you have to pay him 10k or so.
Yeah.
Which adds up. I spent 1 mil. I've spent 1 mil so far.
Yeah, like it's like construction's expensive as hell, but like fuck, is it easy?
Yeah.
It's such a fast and easy skill.
I think I don't know what level I might have been. No, I'm pretty sure I'm starting at level 50. So I've worked through almost all of my oak planks so far, and I'm at level 75.
Damn.
So it's pretty solid. Like, yeah, it's really fast. That's why I had to have started at 50 because I was
I
confused.
think you did 100%. Because every now and again,
that much. Because I didn't play that much RuneScape because I've just been really busy as well.
Yeah,
but it's pretty easy. I turn on Netflix on my other monitor and I just zone out pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I did pretty much. Well, I pretty much got to 50 like almost for free. Like I had so many long and curved bones, and then I also just did a bunch of quests that gave me construction.
I still gotta do my curved bones and shit.
Yeah, see, I would have done that. I would have done that ASAP. Like
I know, I kind of forgot.
You get so much experience and money and shit. Yeah, with the curved and long bones, and fuck yeah, it adds up. Like I've probably got like 34 or something of my 50 levels for free from like curved bones and quests, I guess. But I remember I curved boned, or maybe I got up to 20 or something because you need like a specific level, I believe, to do to even like do the curved bone thing, which is like in was it like the Lost City, I guess, that thing that's under little cave that's under Lumbridge.
Oh, that's like the Dorgashan.
Yeah,
or whatever it's called.
You gotta do like Lost City and stuff like that to get to it.
No, that's for the not the elves, the fucking fairies.
Death to Dorgashan and whatnot. There's
the trolls. What would you call those? The goblin things? I don't know.
Oh yeah. But yeah, there's like a quest line, and once you do it, you're able to like go into the Dorgashan like little caverns, and you can go into like their like little town, I guess. And then I've only ever gone in there to like pretty much finish the quest and to hand in those bones, and you get experience and you get money too. It's pretty nice.
You can thieve a bit in there, and you can also
yeah, in one of our Iron Man challenges, I actually thieved like the jewelry and shit that you unlock. You can thieve the ham guys in that special room, and you get unenchanted jewelry and whatnot, which is it's really nice for Iron Man.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
not bad. But yeah, you also go there for a lot of people rush it for Dead Man mode to get the bone.
Yeah,
I think it's
the
called
bone crossbow. Yeah,
the bone crossbow.
Yeah, it's really cheap and it's pretty good.
Yeah, does the job for really cheap. I just said.
Yeah,
so pretty cool. Should we move on to the?
Yeah, I was going to ask, it kind of ties into it. Have you heard of the website RS Justice?
You showed me it. I haven't really had a chance to take too much of a look at it. What is it?
So, this is actually, I think you'll like this a lot. It's actually super cool. So, there's a website called RS Justice. I think it's .com or something. But anyways, you can Google it and you'll find it. And it's like a database dedicated to people that jack items in well, either from like clan members or from like bandos, or like you're doing boss runs and shit with a group. And this is like let's say like we agree to split, me, you, and this third dude, we agree to split like bandos in like chest play drops or something, and he just takes it. Well, like you're gonna have to have some foresight. You have to have screenshots. You gotta have like good evidence of him actually scamming you and shit, just so you can't like falsely accuse people of this shit. Exactly, and
okay.
So let's say, and then if you have other people backing you up and verifying the story, then like they get put up in this database. I don't know exactly how they do it, but they follow name changes and stuff. And so you can't just sit there and change your name 5-6 times and you're safe. Like they have some sort of system where they track your name changes, and
they're pretty legit, eh? No false claims.
Well, they're really, really harsh on false claims. And, like, if I were to false claim you, I'm essentially on that website forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what happens is every, like, actual legitimate clan, every legitimate, like, clan uses RS Justice. And they're, like, I end up getting into the Discord and whatnot, and it's, like, really neat.
Oh, yeah?
There's, like,
Cool.
there's 33 clans, I think, that are involved with RS Justice. And then there's many more that aren't, like, officially involved with it, right? And yeah, so, like, let's say, you know, we have our, like, you know, we're starting up a group of people, we're gonna do a Bandos run, some dude joins up, and it's like, yo, can I join in with you? Like, yeah, sure, we just go into the website, or, like, I can go in the Discord and just look him up right there. And it sees if he's up there, and, if he is, it'll show, like, the cases or the case that he's involved with, and, like, so yeah, let's say, like, me, you, and this third guy, you know, he scammed us for, like, a Bandos chest plate, and, we report him, and it's like, we're not, like, fucking around, like, he actually scammed, he gets put up on the website and all this shit, and it's kind of like evidence, you know, he scammed for this much, blah, 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 and, so yeah, so, like, the way it works from there is, like, they can get off the blacklist, but they either have to, like, give the item back or the same amount of money that it was worth at the time. And sometimes they'll make them, you know, yeah, kind of say apologies. Well, you kind of have to apologize and shit. Like, you have to, like, yeah, do reparations and shit. And then they also have a convenience, like an inconvenience fee. So on a percentage
sort of deal.
Yeah, like a percentage of what you scammed, you have to give back to the person. So let's say, like, you know, the guy scams us for 10 mil. And, like, now he wants to join, like, a clan, but they won't let him in. So he's got to, like, go through this website to let them know he's going to give it back. And then they get, like, a third-party person to, like, sit there and make sure it all went down. And it's not like this person just kind of, you know, tricking the site, I guess.
Yeah.
And they have to see the items pretty much go to the person 100%. Like, they trade it to the third-party guy, the middleman. He trades it to the other person. And then, yeah, so, like, let's say, like, you know, some dude owes us, like, 10 mil. You never know. You might end up, like, giving us 15 or, you know, 11 mil or something.
Cool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept. It's actually, like, really entertaining to follow on the Discord.
Yeah.
Like, I saw some dude come in, and, he was like, oh, why am I on this site? I never scammed. And then, like, he went on for, like, an hour arguing with the guy who created the site, saying a site's shitty, and then he, like, admitted that he scammed. And then he tried lying that he paid the person back. And, like, it's just really funny watching, like, these people. I don't know. It's really entertaining to watch, like, the little drama of that stuff go on, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. No, I haven't really checked out the site, but I might see.
It's such a cool concept. Like, we talked about how, like, you know, it's nice to have community-based things. And this is it. Like, they don't take a cut from anything that gets given back and stuff. It's nice.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, and I love seeing that shit. And that's when you know, when a game's thriving, that's when you start seeing this shit pop up.
Yeah,
World of Warcraft had tons of it. RuneScape back in the day had a lot more. It still got a few, but you know, not as many as it used to have. But it's really cool. I'm glad. You know, I'm gonna check it out definitely. I'm gonna see if I'm on there. Like,
well, I hope not. That'd be fucked. But like, if you go on, rsjustice.com, all one word, and they literally load up the front page, and it just, like, shows, like, there's a most wanted list, so people, like, scamming Ellies and shit from people.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and, like, recently published, and it's just, like, you know, this guy's scamming a twisted bow. Like, I just opened up the website right now. This guy, not splitting a bow, and it's, like, a solid evidence, and then it goes, like, you know, this is the victim story and shit, and I don't know, and it shows, like, they have, screenshots of PMs and stuff, and the guy getting the drop and whatnot. But, yeah, it's actually, like, really interesting to watch people get digged out of millions and millions of GPs.
Okay, right on. I just kind of took a little gander at it quickly, and I wanted to see if I was on it. I'm not, but...
Thankfully.
Yeah, it does tell, and it also, like, it'll say, like, proven, full evidence, some evidence, medium evidence, solid evidence. It'll kind of give you a description of whether, like, you know, how... fill in the blank. I can't think of the word. So cool.
Yeah, how legitimate the claim is, I guess.
Yeah.
It's definitely neat. It's like, if you want to, like, just dive into some random ass drama shit, and if you're ever feeling into that, or just, like, you know, watch people getting dicked out of money, or, you know, watch people pay people back, which is pretty nice sometimes. Because you can just, like, scroll through the database of screenshots and everything, and yeah.
Yeah, no, not bad.
But yeah, we should. I guess we'll just move on. Kind of rolls into
the big news of probably. This is probably gonna be the biggest news of the year, I think.
Yeah, probably. Like, it's huge.
And it's something, I don't know if we've been waiting for a long time, but it's fucking cool to see. So yeah, raids have been released into RuneScape. And yeah, let's go over the entire update. The update in its entirety, I should say.
Yeah, I guess we won't go too much into like the nitty-gritty. Like, we're going to space it out through the next couple episodes, but
yeah, so that's what we're thinking, is having a few episodes, little series, maybe dedicated to the raids. Because we're also a few days late, is because I was trying to put all the details and shit for the raid down. There's a lot of rooms, a lot of
like if we were to have one episode going in depth with the raid, it would be like a fucking stupid long episode. So I think it's better to cut it up into sections and cover all the bases through a month or so.
And it's not as stressful for us, too. Like, when I was doing it, I was like, fuck, we're not going to get this ready for this episode. Then I was like, you know what? Yeah, you came up with the idea, let's spread it out with a few. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's have fun with this. Let's not get too...
Yeah,
let's not bite off more than we can chew.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, okay. So this week we're just going to keep it to probably the raid coming out, the items, the update, some of the changes they kind of tweaked, our thoughts on it, and yeah, that'll do it. So, contained within the Chambers of Xeric are his mightiest commanders, fallen from grace. Among others, you'll face disgraced generals, master artisans. How do you say that word?
Artisans. That's how I've always said it.
Master artisans and a megalomaniac former high priest. These bosses will put your skills to the test and prove a challenge for even the most experienced PVMers. Your performance in battle will earn you points towards your end rewards, with both individual score and team score mattering. Every combatant must pull their weight for the greater good. Beware, though, deaths will deduct from your individual score, so exercise caution in the chambers. You'll need more than fighting talent to best the labyrinth, though, with skill challenges, chance to restore your supplies, and even some devilish crabs to deal with. You'll need multiple skills at your disposal to fully utilize the chamber's environments to survive, including mixing potions and gathering food. These items will be tradable between teammates, so don't worry if you're the novice chef of your friends, as you can rely on them for food. In fact, to promote teamwork and helping others out, providing supplies for use in combat will actually earn you points towards rewards at the end of the dungeons. Points are awarded when the items are used, not made, so make sure you and your allies make use of everything available. In the deepest level of the chambers awaits the Great Ohm, Xeric's greatest adversary. This fearsome encounter stands between you and reaping the rewards of your efforts. You'll need your wits about you and preferably some dependable allies to reap the rewards that lay beyond. In addition to brand new weapons and armor, there'll be a chance for those lore fiends among you to learn where such abominations came from. Each boss will drop a unique tome explaining their origins and motives. Additionally, to learn more about the tragic story of Xeric and the history of Korend, you may now visit the historical archives via Arceus Library. That's all I'm going to read because my mouth's already drying up over here. So,
yeah, there's quite a little a lot of backstory, or I guess background information on the raids. So, I guess I'll ask, what were your first impressions of the raid?
Like, them coming out, they look pretty sweet.
Have you seen any live gameplay and whatnot? Like, I know you've been pretty busy and stuff. Have you seen any streamers playing it? Or
yeah, I've seen streamers. So when it first came out the day of, I was like, I'm gonna jump in blind and stuff, because for Destiny and shit, whenever with the raid would come out, it came out a week after the expansion and shit like that, or not a week, but I can't remember when. But
yeah, most of them.
You'd find a party and jump in blind and shit. No one would look up strategies. So I was like, let's try the same thing. Let's just have some fun with it, see what we see. So I actually did find a group of like 5 people ranging from level 100 to 120, and they're all just thinking the same thing. Yeah, we're going to go in there, just fuck around. We're not going to take this too seriously. We're not going to rush anyone. Do this at your own pace. We're not expecting to finish it, basically. Yep. So we were going along, and, it was all going good, and I don't know if somebody just joined. I don't know what happened, but some people came, and they started being fucking, like, wanting to actually try to beat it, and they kind of knew how to beat it.
Kind of ruining the fun?
A little bit, but also I was just not... I'm way too low of a level to be there.
Yeah.
Because it's, just skill... Like, my skills aren't terrible. I'm not at terribly low level, but to actually finish it and take it seriously without being a fucking... dead weight to your team.
You need, like, 90s and stuff. Like, 90 herb lore, or, like, at least 75 herb lore, like, 90 fishing and cooking and shit like that. Like,
it's truly endgame content.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people... Sorry, yeah, go on. I'm kind of cutting in.
No, say it.
That's kind of like... Because I remember you asking me, like, do you want to jump in blind? And, like, I was looking at, like, my stats, like, we have, like, we're pretty much similar on stats. I have higher combat stats, but skill-wise, like, in general, we're pretty much, like, I have, like, 20. You probably have more or total level than me now. We're, like,
I'm mid 1600s, I think.
Yeah, we're pretty much, like, the exact same total level. Like, you have higher, there's other skills that I have more, and yeah, we're pretty much the same, though, and I'm, like, looking at my stats, and I'm like, shit. If he had pretty much the same stats as us, like, we're not gonna be that useful. I mean, when it comes to, like, maging certain things, you'll fuck them up. When it comes to meleeing stuff, I'll fuck them up, and, ranging, we'll do okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have a good balance between me and you specifically. Like, we could probably duo. It would take us, an hour or two, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just thinking, like, obviously, like, we'd get different people, but the growing pains, like, because I've done, like, a lot of day 1 raids and stuff, and, like, the thing with WoW is that WoW... When raids come out, there's already a shit ton of information on how to beat them. Because they have live PTRs, they have betas.
Right.
Even in the raids, you open up your map, click the boss, and it gives you a gist of their mechanics. Like,
oh yeah, they did.
DPS, stand away from, like, when he does this move, and don't stand here when he does this. So, like, you kind of have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, at least for me specifically, it's really frustrating doing even WoW raids on day 1. Because there's people that, like, that can't do mechanics first try. Like, there are just some people that are, like, very uncomfortable with mechanics, like, their first couple attempts. And, like, most people are, I guess. And I'm kind of comfortable just going into things blind, but... And I was kind of thinking about, like, no one knows anything in RuneScape. Like, the fastest... It took an hour and a half or an hour and 39 minutes for the very, very first clear by Hexus. The very first people to clear Hexus. And, they all died like 30, 40 times or something. They got like, 3K loot. They're just trying to get, world first, I guess, but...
Yeah, I don't think it's so much not knowing mechanics, but more on the lines of RuneScape is... It's really hard to figure the mechanics without at least dying or somebody dying. You know what I mean? Because, like... Yeah, you don't have somebody sitting there healing you and shit like that.
See, and that's the thing with WoW. Like, you die, okay, if you're me and you're an asshole, all right, I'll be back in 3 minutes while the healer comes back and reses us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and this, you have to go get your supplies and shit again. Which
but it's also you don't have to, like, you don't have a limit on food. You kind of have a healer who's just sitting back healing you. Your job is just don't be an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. And, like,
so you're your own healer, and you're the tank, and you're the DPS of your own team, so...
Yeah, and, like, I was thinking, like, and WoW, shit, like, I kind of get stressed out when we can't clear a boss, on day 1, because I don't, you should be able to, in my opinion, especially in, like, WoW, because WoW's, like, really easy. And then I'm like... And then I was thinking with, like, RuneScape, like, man, it's gonna be kind of fucked up. And then I was like, next couple days I'm watching videos, and it's like... I would have never figured out some of this shit.
Let's quickly back up and give, like, a quick overview, because we started giving our opinion, we tangented off, and, like, before we lead on to much more. So, it's in Zaya, the new continent. You can take you take a boat from Port Sarum, and that's the way I take it. Fuck it.
Yeah, you can also
just basically head far west. Anyways, it's on Zaya, and if you've ever done dungeoneering, it's similar to that. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like a throwback to Dungeoneering. How it's like, least setting up groups and stuff, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's not your typical raid as in World of Warcraft raid. It's it's not what you'd be expecting if you've done those raids. It's different. But anyways, you can start there's kind of like a party board when you get there, and you can see parties that are open, or you can create your own party. And I kind of like the party interface. It's not bad.
Yep.
I wasn't expecting much, seeing how, like, Barbarian Assault and shit like that's literally just, like, names on the side.
Yeah.
So, not bad. When you do create a team, they all join, I believe it's the party leader's clan chat. You all go into that clan chat. So,
yeah.
I'm sure there's a better way of doing that. I'm not sure with the game engine if they're able to, because you jump in and sometimes you don't know these people, and then there's like 100 people in a clan chat. You don't know, who's who.
Yeah, that's kind of how like pugs are in general, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
But anyways,
did you find that there were like low levels trying to get in? Like level 60s or something like that? People that were like, oh, I just want to try this out.
I didn't, honestly, I wasn't there long, don't get me wrong, but no, I honestly, I think I was the lowest level commonly, and I think I'm like 106.
Yeah.
So, these people, I always say, hey guys, just to let you know, I'm not really taking this seriously, so if you're trying to actually beat this, kick me. I'm just coming here to kind of look around, see what it is, so.
Yeah.
When you first enter, it's pretty cool. You join your party, you enter the raid, and it's randomized, right?
Yep.
There's a handful of rooms. There's like 50 different rooms, I believe.
Yeah, there's a lot of different it's all randomly generated. So it's pretty refreshing for probably for the first, 30, 40, maybe even like 100 runs. It's probably nice and refreshing.
And I really like what they did, because with their take on raids, I suppose, right? So it's a mix of puzzles, boss fights, and resource gathering, and I guess skill puzzles. I don't know. I guess that's basically it. But it's kind of cool. I'm a huge fan of roguelike games, and this kind of reminds me of something like that. If you've ever played a Binding of Isaac, where it's just rooms, they're always different each time. It's kind of cool, but without the reward. So anyways, you'll have, rooms with a puzzle. You'll need certain skills to complete it and get through, or whatever it is. You'll be able to gather resources for food and potions. You'll be able to farm herbs and shit like that. And you'll have your standard bosses too. There's 7 different bosses. Sorry, 6 different bosses, and then a 7th boss, which is the last boss, and it'll be the last boss every time.
Yeah.
The other bosses are kind of randomized. You'll get some sometimes, some you might not ever see, but chances are if you do them enough, you will, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I don't think I'm missing anything. Like I said, we're going to revisit each one, the puzzles, the resources, the levels you'll need for certain things, and, the actual strategy for the bosses, because each boss has mechanics with it. They're not like KBD where it's tank and spank.
Yeah, it's not like your typical bandos and stuff where you're switching, just, prayer and then walking under every hit or two. You actually have to get this down to this percentage and then go do this, or, there's actual mechanics.
Yeah, exactly.
And one thing I'm actually really, really happy to see is that they tried something different with raids. This could have been the biggest flop ever.
They could have copied World of Warcraft. You walk in and there's a bunch of fucking level 120s that are going to attack you in multi.
Yeah, and it's spread out, you know what I mean? Or stack up. I'm really happy they didn't just take the typical formula, because if you actually look at other MMOs and shit, they all have the same raid formula. It's get a party, prep, you go in, you clear the same shit over and over again, the bosses and the same type of trash, same mechanics, and it's all a rehash from 10 years ago. Nothing's changed. And then it's really nice to see that old school, they're kind of you know what, fuck it. This could have been really bad. This could have been a really low quality raid. Just because
definitely could have. It could have been a last man standing where it's
Yeah, where people are gonna just
hyped up
meme
and then so low effort when it comes
Yeah.
out for the most part.
It could have been the 2017 meme that doesn't go away, but like they actually like. I think they at this point they pretty much know what they're doing when it comes to content like this, especially if they're hyping it up for so long. Like I think they know, like, you go in and like aesthetically the rooms look really neat. I really like how the rooms look. The bosses like Tecton, he looks so sweet. You like walk in and he's sitting there.
There's no recolored models for the most part.
Yeah,
like
it's all like
brand
legit. Yeah. But yeah, like you go in, you see Tecton like, you know, like hammering on an anvil, and it's fucking sweet, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? And then, you know, you walk up to him and you can like start the encounter and whatnot, and like, yeah, I don't know, it's really cool.
I agree. I'm glad they put a lot of work into this, and it's hard. It's no easy thing, because like even on the subreddit when I was reading when it was coming out, a lot of people were bitching about how hard it was. They were asking for like little tone downs on things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people were complaining shit was overpowered, and it's like, no, you just don't know what you're doing. Like,
yeah,
no one does.
It's meant to be tough, and like
people like complain, like, oh, been here for 4 hours and we quit. This is stupid, Jagex. And it's like, man, that's growing pains. When raids come out, that's what it is. Like, some groups
that's kind of the
fucked.
fun, is going in and not beating it the first few times and figuring out the mechanics.
Like, specifically for like these raids, it's kind of like how much time have you put into your account? Because the more time, like, if you're maxed, you'll find like, you know, like a really good group really easily. Or if you're someone like me with like mediocre stats, like my highest skilling stats cooking, that's 91. You know what I mean? Like I have nothing special. It's like, you know what I mean?
Hey,
like I won't find
no
the best
NMZ
group.
prod though. Give yourself some credit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're a
like,
little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
Kind of. Kind of. I mean, I'm not my
now
buddy.
We miss those golden days of splashing and having your account play for you overnight.
Yeah, I'm not my buddy who's like 115 and then went and got a fire cape and barrel gloves. Like, but like, I don't know. It's nice to see that, like, yeah, like people are getting rewarded with it, and you gotta find good coordinated groups that can actually figure shit out. And like, it goes from that to like, I think Bodhi and his friends have the record for the fastest clear in a group. I think they only have like 4 people though, but like it was 30 minutes, or it was under 30 minutes, like 28 minutes or something. They cleared the raid.
Oh, not bad.
So there's obviously ways to not spend 4 hours. Like if you get high enough stats and you're,
definitely.
a good enough player,
top tier everything.
Yeah, you're a good enough player with enough knowledge, then, you know, you can go in and get it done in an hour. I'm not going to say everyone can do it in 30 minutes, because that's fucking ridiculous to assume. But, you know, an hour, maybe hour and a half, like under that, like that's pretty good.
Yeah, and like, what I love about this, so let me use this a little segue. Fuck it. What I love about this, it's not, they didn't look at Zulrah and say, let's make Zulrah loot, but raid form.
Yeah.
Basically, like, you're not going to be making much consistent cash from the,
Well, it comes off as you make as much as you put in. Like, it seems like I'm seeing people make, like, you know, between 150 to 300k per run. And so let's say it runs an hour and a half. I mean, that's not that good of money. But think about all the brews they start in the raid and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And when Bodhi cleared in 30 minutes, they're using top tier gear with like full brews, and they're pretty much using like, a couple 100k that run. So they don't make too much money.
I'm glad to see though. It's for people who are hoping for that big drop, and honestly, I think that's how bossing should be for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, my complaint with the loot is that you'll get like 300k, but it's in a stack of emeralds and weeds. You know what I mean? It's 2 stacks of like 80 emeralds and, 25 dwarf weed. And it's like, the only thing that worries me about that is that, okay, first of all, it's kind of boring to see 2 stacks of like 100 items. You know what I mean? I would like to see like, here's 30, not 30, because you can't carry it all. But you know what I mean? Here's 10, random things kind of, like you actually went through a raid, not just kind of like, opened up.
I guess so. Maybe one for every boss.
Yeah, it's not like you just robbed a gem stall or some shit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But and the only thing that worries me about that is that like it's gonna crash like emeralds and sapphires and stuff, getting like a lot of the big stack of stuff. But They do have some really cool items, like, Dark Relic and stuff. It's literally just like a really big genie lamp. It's not that good, but it's cool that they have random stuff like that. So if you really hate agility, we could just spam raids and you could just throw your Dark Relic into agility, which is something I'm gonna do. Like, they have, like, I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm glad to see. And yeah, let's go over the rewards that drop from it. So yeah, So before we get into the rewards, let's talk about how you can kind of get the rewards, because this isn't kill a boss and a loot drops. This is more like you're playing a mini game. You get points for all the usefulness things you can do, right?
Yep.
And yeah, so you'll have your team points that gather up. The higher your team points are, I think, the more items that will be distributed throughout your team.
Yeah.
And
the higher
points is your cut.
Yeah. And when you die, you lose points. So
yeah.
You might have already mentioned that, but yeah, so
exactly.
Don't die, pretty much.
So yeah, rack up points. At the end, you'll open up a chest and bam, there's your item, right? So obviously they have to release some uniques. So the ones that actually did pass, because if you remember the fucking fiasco that was trying to get some items into the raid.
Yeah.
None of them passed. We have no items. No, I'm just kidding. We just have dragon
emeralds.
Claws. Yeah, just emeralds. So yeah, they have dragon claws. Basically, though, they're toned down from how they used to be.
And I think a lot of it is that there's no soul split in old school.
Yeah, that too.
That coupled with, just dragon claws in general made it stupid in RS3.
Yeah, that did add to it. So, okay, yeah. So not bad. Sorry, wait. So yeah, that got added with you need 60 attack to wield. Boom.
Dunskies.
Ancestral robes. You need 75 magic, 65 defense to use. They're basically the Bando's version of magic gear. Mm-hmm. So you are sacrificing a bit of defense for more offense.
Yeah.
And yeah. Cool. We got the twisted bow. Slow, hard-hitting, and accurate longbow. Level 75 range required to use. The bow changes in strength and accuracy when used against magical opponents.
AKA, it hits 85 on Bandos. It fucks the shit up.
Does he have a lot of magic defense or some shit?
Yeah, he's got a lot of magic accuracy, just so you don't cheese it with magic. But that twisted bow fucking chunks like so many bosses. You can like 3-shot the DK mage.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a really, really strong weapon, but not the best in PvP, I don't think.
No, I can see that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not bad. So, and we've also got the twisted buckler, 75 range and defense required. Best in slot range, accuracy bonus, as well as noteworthy defensive stats.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sure, why not? It's basically an upgraded Odium Ward, which is a shield for range that increases your range attack as well. So, okay, cool. Din's Bulwark, 75 defense and attack to use. It's a two-handed shield. So it's a unique weapon that we're seeing come into the game. Fucking cool. Completely new.
Obviously, it's kind of like you're the main tank for your group. You're going to use that.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is so nice. If you've ever tanked for a group, you don't know how fucking annoying it is because you run out of your pots and your food first. And then, like, everyone's so stingy on giving you shit. You're like, motherfucker, you tank it then. You know what I mean? Oh, you play your defense. It's like, I've tanked for, like, my buddies and stuff, and maybe it's just my friends, but some of them can be really stingy on, like, giving me a shark or two in between kills, and it's like, yo, I need some help, Jagex, and it's nice that they've come out with an item like this.
Yeah, I agree. So let's go over the special attack and the special effects. Just like I'm going over all kind of the unique weapons, but
yeah.
So 50, the special uses 50% of the attack bar and hits enemies in a 5x5 area with a 20% increased accuracy in multi-way combat only. So, man, this is the biggest AoE attack we're seeing, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's mealy too, right? So people are gonna find out, some cheese
uses.
strats. Get a buddy to spam their special on you and shit. Go to the monkeys.
Yeah.
Fucking power that strength up. No more NMZ, baby.
Oh shit. Okay, and also when using the block style, Din's Bulwark cannot be used to attack, but will reduce all incoming damage by 20%. So you only have 2 attack styles, which is like pummel and block.
Yeah.
So
I'm assuming
if you want to attack, you need to pummel.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're gonna pummel in the beginning, tag the boss, get the aggro, and then just sit and block pretty much.
Sort of. The only problem is a delay in switching between your attack styles.
Yeah, but I mean, like, initially just to grab aggro, so you're tanking.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
And then sit and block, and
you'd probably use your special and then switch over to your block, right?
yeah, exactly. Maybe something like that.
It also doesn't work in PvP. I don't really know why it wouldn't. I don't see the big deal.
I could see people cheesing, like, I don't know, some range tanks cheesing it, where they're, ranging you from afar, and then when you run at them to, like, say, oh, I'm gonna go spec them out, or you go into melee range, or whatever, or, they want to start eating, they can just pull out the shield and block style, and just sit there and chug their food and shit. But, I don't know, though. It'd be kind of weird fighting with it. There would definitely be some sort of exploit with it, and it's nice to see that, they're just gonna take that out of the equation.
Yeah. Sure, yeah, that's a good idea. Separate them, because sometimes it's a problem.
Yeah.
Having items balanced for both PvP and PvM. So
yeah,
PvE,
exactly.
I should say. So also we're seeing added is the Dragon Hunter crossbow. Requires 65 ranged. I should say real quick that it has increased power when fighting dragons. So it's not a dragon crossbow, Dragon Hunter crossbow, right?
Yeah.
So pretty cool. It increases the accuracy and damage by 10%. We're also seeing the Dragon Harpoon and I guess the Infernal Harpoon coming with that a bit, which is, as you can guess, the Dragon Pickaxe and Dragon Axe variant of Harpoon. You can actually equip it. So, sorry, you can equip it and fish, shark and shit with it, right?
Yeah.
The Dragon Harpoon increases the likelihood of catching fish by 20%. So that's pretty cool. Because that's right. Fishing doesn't have tiers of different, you don't have a rune harpoon and shit like that.
Yeah.
So this one's going to give you a huge boost. Fuck yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It requires 60 attack and 75 fishing to use. It can also be used from the inventory. I wonder if, it can be used from the inventory if you don't want to get 60 attack.
Yeah.
And then the Infernal Harpoon is used if you use the Smoldering Stone with it.
Doesn't it, like, cook the fish or some shit?
Yeah, you gain, you do gain, it cooks some fish, but I think, no, it consumes the fish and gives you cooking experience.
That is very underwhelming.
Yeah. After consuming 5,000, you'll have to redo it. You have to give it another, Smoldering Stone.
Wait, so you don't even get the fish, it just kind of cooks it.
Yeah, you have a 33% chance, 1 in 3 chance of cooking the fish. Consuming the fish and giving cooking experience for it.
Oh, it doesn't even give you all the cooking experience, you just get some of it.
So it's good if you want to fucking, I guess, AFK and power level something. Power level some tuna.
But even then, like, yeah, I guess if you just want to fish tuna and sharks and shit. I mean, not sharks, swordfish. Sharks would be the worst thing. You cannot use that with sharks. That would just dick you hard.
Well, if you wanted to AFK more and you are, being more efficient with your cooking experience, I guess, right?
Well, the only thing is that fishing sharks, it takes forever, dude.
Yeah,
it's like 45 per hour, or like 70 per hour. Like, it takes forever, because I've AFK'd sharks for a while. Pretty much whatever my level is now, like 81 or something, or 80 so maybe like 5 levels or whenever you unlock sharks. I actually don't know, but yeah, like I unlock sharks and I've just like, I AFK them while I do schoolwork and shit. And,
No, I agree.
There's times where I look up and I'm like, yeah, still? Like, I'm still on my first inventory? What? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I've moved on to Monkfish now because that's just overall. I'm probably going to do it to 99.
Yeah, it's like the best experience. Well, besides, the barbarian fishing, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, okay, moving on. Elder Mull, basically slow, hard-hitting, accurate crush weapon. Just reading the description. Requires 75 attack, and 75 strength to use. No special attack and hit rate is same as the God Sword. So basically it's supposed to be a KO weapon for PKing, I think, for the most part.
Yeah.
I can't see what else you might want to use it for, but unless some monsters are weak for crush, I don't know. But yeah, pretty cool. I like the KO weapons. It seems like a fun weapon to use. It looks cool. I like it.
Yeah. I think all the weapons look really neat.
Yeah, let me finish because they all look good. Yeah, let's not talk about each individual one because they did a good job on everything.
Yeah.
Kodai Wand. The Kodai Wand acts as a water staff, provides 15% chance of negating rune cost when casting a spell, and it can be used to autocast ancient magics. And it also gives you 15% magic strength bonus, so pretty cool. Yeah, that's huge for training fucking I would have loved to have this item when I was ice bursting.
Yeah.
To get 94 magic. It looks like it's almost literally what it's meant for.
Yeah.
50% chance of negating a rune cost. Like, I'm talking, I probably did 5,000 casts.
Yeah, definitely a big money saver in the long run.
Oh yeah, it's huge. Next we have Dragon Throwing Axe. Special attack improves accuracy by 25%. Guarantees that you will attack on the next game tick. This special attack costs 25% special energy to use. Special attack can be used to attack several times in quick succession with improved accuracy.
I was just gonna ask, is this the Gmaul of range? That is really neat.
Sort of, but it says right here, unlike the Gmaul special attack, it is not possible to use all of these special attack hits at once.
Yeah.
So it's literally each game tick. With the Gmaul, you're able to spam it and do
stack 3 hits or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, and Dragon Axes are consumed when they're thrown using the special attack, so don't expect them back. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, a little thing to kind of toss in, I guess, when you're PKing and hopefully KO them with, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Cool. The Dragon Sword requires 60 attack to use. It attacks same rate as a scimitar and provides the following bonuses. It's still weaker than the Dragon Scimitar, though. So
is it?
Fast. Yeah, a little bit weaker.
Oh.
I guess if you want to stab with it, because it's got a higher stab than the Scimitar.
I guess it's okay for dragons and things, but
we'll see. Let me read the special. Special attack of the Dragon Sword has one of 2 effects. If your target is protecting from melee, the special attack ignores this for 1 attack. If they are not, it hits with 25% increased accuracy and damage. And the special attack costs 40% energy to use.
That's kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. Definitely a neat concept.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next we have, and lastly, we have the Forgotten Prayers, which are 3 new prayers we've seen coming from the raids. They're being dropped as a scroll as a reward, which you read, and you're given a choice to learn one of the 3 prayers that you want. And then the scroll's gone. It's destroyed. You can't do anything with it. So the prayers we have is Preserve, which is 55 prayer. Boosted stats last 20% longer. Rigor, 75 prayer. Boosted range attack by 20%. Range strength by 23. And defense by 25. And Augury, I'm not even going to try. 77 prayer. Boosts magic accuracy by 25. And defense by 25. It's pretty cool with seeing the pieties and chivalries for the other
other schools, yeah. The one thing we should add is that with that boosted stat by 20% prayer, they had to change how this is what a lot of people are really pissed about this, but and I'm going to be honest, I am too, but whatever.
I never did it, so I don't care.
So what they did was with this prayer that boosts, your boosted stats last 20% longer or whatever. now you can't log out to reset your boosted stat timers. So what people were doing, a lot of Iron Men and just random people, I guess, were doing is they'd get to like a specific level that wasn't, the requirement. Say you want to make Slayer rings, but you don't want to get the requirement, or you're trying to get like an Abbey Whip or something, but you don't want to grind out those extra 5 levels. You would use spices to get those 5 levels, and then you would kill a mob, log out, kill a mob, log out, and you could do this for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kills, and your stat wouldn't drop just because every time you log out, it resets the timer to 1 minute. And now you can't do this because of the prayer. And so, a lot of people are really upset, and I'm kind of cheesed with it because,
it's a little bit of an exploit, though, so.
But, it's been in the game for a really, really long time.
That's what they said about splashing shit.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been more okay with it if I saw it coming, but I didn't.
Okay.
It kind of just came out of left field where someone was like, yo, why isn't this working? And like, oh yeah, we changed it. Like, how boosted, like, they didn't even mention it. Like, I understand, it's good, I guess, like, in the long run of the game, I guess it's good that it's not there, but it also kind of took out some of the cool things with Iron Man. How, like, you can do all these little gimmicky things, and they've kind of just taken that out.
You can still do it, you just have to eat, like, if you're doing the Slayer thing, you can just eat a wild pie every time, but,
Yeah, someone calculated how many, and it's, like, a fuck ton. Yeah, it requires so many, and it takes, 8 times as longer, because you have to...
and it could have been a change. Could be a change where like just having that prayer in could fucking cause it, so that just happened. You know what I mean? That bug got fixed automatically or whatever it was.
Well, I think they had to change how some of it works. But my complaint is that you can still now, like, say you drink a strength potion. Like, the way it works is every minute you drain a stat, but it's not fixed. It's not like I'm gonna drink it and now it's a minute. It's like there's an invisible timer that is constantly going, and whenever you drink it, you just kind of get placed on that timer. So you could essentially, like, spice up to 5 agility to do, or Slayer to do like a clue scroll thing, and then 2 seconds later it drops, and then now I gotta do this all over again.
Well, if that happens, then I'll bitch then. But
yeah,
we'll see how rare that is. Moving on from raids, I guess, just the Christmas event is close, so if you missed on rewards, you gotta wait till next year. And Deadman modes took out some of the worlds, got reverted, some of the seasonal worlds got reduced, and PJ timer was reverted to the previous version. How it was before, players cannot be attacked in single-way areas if they have recently been attacking another player. This applies to the seasonal world and also the permanent ones, so... Deadman mode chain across the board.
Yeah.
I didn't play any more Deadman mode, to be honest. I stopped. But, yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just,
I don't have the time. I don't have the time to, like, really play even much RuneScape that... You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So, there it is. They made a little bit of changes that we're gonna save it when we get to the actual topics, because some of them are related to the bosses and some of them are related to the actual skills. So when we talk about that, we'll just tell you what it is currently. But let's add this in real quick: is that they changed the Kodai wand to a Kodai enchantment because they wanted to make it so that now you have to use that with the Master Wand to kind of boost it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Consumes your Master Wand, changing it to Kodai wand. Cool, sure, why not? Give a reason for people to still play that mini game that I doubt many people even play.
Yeah, I think
Mage Training Arena.
Yeah, I think that was the original intention with the Kodai wand, but I think they messed up when they released it.
Yeah, I think I do remember that too, but
yeah.
See, that's about it. For the actual raid itself coming out, really happy with it. All the bosses look great. The mechanics look actually challenging. The puzzles are very cool. The rewards look great. Yeah, what do you think, Derek?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm pretty satisfied with the raids. I mean, kind of, gives me some more incentive to just power my skills up and then jump in.
Yeah, me too.
And it's definitely nice to have, like, end game content. Like,
yeah.
Like, exactly. You're probably going to be doing other bosses first before you jump into this, like, random. Oh, excuse me. random bosses like before, but now there's, the raid. And it's nice you can actually solo it and whatnot.
Yeah, you can, although it is definitely encouraged to do it with people.
Yeah.
Which I agree. You know what I mean? I'm glad it is, because, like, it's endgame content. I know people want, I want to solo it. There's a lot of things you can solo, and you can solo this as well, but, I think you'll have more fun with a right group of people, but I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. I think it's good. I think there's a lot of controversy with, like, the twisted bow and shit.
Yeah.
I think, it's actually kind of ridiculous how that item was max cash stack for, like, the first couple days, or first day, and it's still, like, I think as we speak, it's over $1 billion, and I think a lot of it is just, like, the whole hype over how broken it is and shit. But if you think about it, if you're spending 2.147 bill, I think that's the max cash stack on, a twisted bow, like, you're not gonna make your money back. Like, how many boss kills?
These people, how much money does that person have? Right?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's
they
something
wanted
like
to have it, to be the first person to have it. Maybe they wanted to make a fucking YouTube video or some shit, or just show it off, right? They want to go to free to play. Hey guys, look at me.
I think
go beg
I heard
for money at the GE. That's probably what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah, scam with it.
Make their money back. Yeah,
but exactly. I think shit. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I think I heard something like the top 10 stakers in RS have the majority of the wealth. So, like, those are the kind of people that I guess are buying it. Because there's only, there's only a very, very small handful, like, probably under 10, maybe under 20 at this point. And, but, like, I don't know. Like, I guess you're gonna make it for a video. I mean, sure, I guess you get full max range gear and you just go and farm bandos and you can kill it 20 times pretty much.
Well, like, if I had $5 billion, you know what I mean? Like, I had nothing to do with that money, really.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it is good if you want to get, like, if you're trying to farm pets and shit, because a lot of monsters have high magic attack and stuff, right?
Yeah, true.
And so I guess you could farm, like, there, a lot of random pets with it. And like King Black Dragon would be really good. You could do so many runs with it.
Yeah. Have fun walking through the wilderness, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? Definitely have to have some, like, alt account scout. But I mean, overall, like, I think it's pretty neat. I think it gives, like, a lot of life back to the game and some nice new items and shit.
I agree. I second that thought.
Yeah. My only thing with the loot is that maybe it shouldn't be, 2 stacks that are really high of an item to make 300k. It should be, like, even, like, 20 items. You know what I mean? Like a bunch of... Not too many, maybe like 15 or something.
Well,
but
maybe
like
with the 2 items, this gives it, like, you have the very small chance of getting 2 raid items. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that would be kind of fucked if you got, like, 2 of them. I understand, but, like, they should at least make it different. Maybe limit that if you're gonna get one, you can only get one. I mean, you only limit yourself to that, or yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to what are they capable of doing with the engine, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's very true.
But yeah, that's our thoughts. Is there anything else you wanted to, like, remember? Just an overview of it, I think. Anything else you wanted to touch on?
One thing I want to mention. Did you notice, or I don't know if you were following with, like, Bodhi and stuff when they were, like, doing raids and theory crafting and shit? Every item that they were testing out on the raids shot up a fuck ton in price.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're trying out Verax and shit, and like it doubled. It pretty much doubled in price, and which sucks because I just sold my Verax before he announced that the Verac, like the plate skirt and the set and everything. But I think the plate skirt went up to like 800k at one point.
Oh, the barrels, Verac.
Yeah. And there's
sorry. Oh, holy shit! I'm sorry. I need to go to sleep. I thought you were saying Varrock, and for some reason I was getting that mixed up with fucking Zamarok.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you need rune trimmed armor?
Yeah, but like it's crazy. Like the item's like, okay, well, we're gonna be trying this out, and they'd be doing their raid with it, and then like it would just fucking like fly up in price. Like I could have sat there and watched his stream all day, like all the time, and just like be, GE open. And the second I see like what he's wearing, I would go ahead and buy it before everyone. I'd buy a bunch. And then the second he announces what their strat is and what items they're going to, then you would sell it. And Like, you could have fucking, like, man, you could have made enough money for 90 construction, like, legit.
Interesting.
Like, imagine buying, 100 or 200 Xeric plate skirts for 300K and then flipping them for 800K. Like, fucking bank,
maybe.
Man.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. A little fun fact there. Or, yeah, I guess we'll leave them with a little fun fact.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, cool. So, like I said, yeah, sorry, we're keeping this a little bit short just because we're a little restricted on time. So, hear my dog acting up, so I think that's our cue. So yeah, we're gonna shut her down. Next week we're gonna visit the bosses. We'll talk about the strategy for the bosses and some of the different ways we've seen people doing it, and I guess our opinions on the bosses.
Yep.
All right, yeah. So the overview and yeah, okay. So yeah, this was episode 18. Stick around for episode 19 next week. Thanks for listening. Again, sorry for such a slow episode and maybe a little sloppy one, but hey, shit happens.
Yeah, just really bad timing, I think.
Life gets busy.
Yeah, bad time for it to get busy too. But, we're going to divvy it up and go into more detail about everything.
Sure,
It'll be good.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're going to do it over a few episodes. So yeah. All right, guys. So till next week. Take care.
Yeah, have a good one.
Night-night.
To stay up to date with show news, RuneScape news, or just shitpost and hang out, you can find us on Twitter at TheWildernessRS. You can feel free to join our Facebook group at facebook.com/TheWildernessPodcast. We also have a YouTube channel set up, so feel free to check us out by just searching the name of the show on YouTube. You'll also see it over at Twitter and on Facebook as well. We also have an email set up, so if you want to get in contact, maybe have some questions or something you want to hear discussed, a story you want to tell us, or just some feedback, you can email us at thewildernesspodcast@gmail.com. And we also have a Discord set up. And if you feel like you want to join and maybe hang out and play with some other scapers, just let us know. Send us a message and get in contact and we'll get you in there. Thanks again for listening. We can't appreciate it enough. Have a good night.